limited access in the magic room back there, y'all. In the magic room. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, folks? What's going on? How y'all living out there? Oh, that shit hurt. I gotta get rid of that. Anyways, what's going on, folks? Out here on the road, headed north. Lord be with me, and hopefully I can make it through this crazy weather and get back somewhere south. Man, where am I at right now? I really don't even remember where I'm at. I think I am, come on bro, where are you? I am in North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina right now. Headed up north, man. Headed up north. I'm getting loaded right now. Pretty cool little old place, man. I just met this guy. He walks up to my truck. He's like, man, he's like, man, how you like jumping for prom? I was like, man, shit, me personally, I love it. I'm loving it so far. He's like, man, he's like, bro, I'm so excited. I started driving with them. Do you know how much I made last week? I was like, nah. I was like, how much you make? He said, man, I made $5,000 last week. I said, you made $5,000? He said, I made $5,000 last week, man. I kid you not. He's like, man, I don't even want to go home. I'm just gonna stay on the road until December. I was like, man, I understand, bro. I feel you, and I can definitely relate. He said he's been on the road for about 5 weeks, and he made $5,000 last week, man. I was like, man, yeah, that's pretty much how I go, bro. For real. So yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, out here really getting money now, man. Like, man, you know, shit is different, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I worked in the oil field and I made a little bit of money in the oil field. But I mean, for the work I was doing, dragging 100-pound restraints through the knee-deep mud, like, going to get another one, and then, like, people would come up to me and be like, they're like, bro, like, why are you doing this? He's like, why are you doing this? I'm like, why am I doing this? I was making $10 an hour, working at concrete plants, mowing grass, just like labor work, really. You know what I mean? Which is the place I actually worked. Ironically, it's called Labor Works in Addiston. Like doing all kind of bullshit for $10 an hour. You know what I mean? But it was legal, and it was gonna get me eventually to where I knew I wanted to be, which is in this truck, right? And then after that happened, you know, like I was talking to another guy, and you know, just leaving some comments on his pic, like, bro, I was homeless before, bro. Like, I was literally homeless for 2 years off and on. You know what I mean? Main reason being because I had gotten in a car accident, and I couldn't update my registration, and you know, just had a few things happen, and then then the police, every time they saw me, they pulled me over and gave me a ticket. Every single time they pulled me over and saw me, but that's what they do when you have an inspection stickers. They see the inspection, like, whoop, inspection, whoop, 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 whoop. For real though, man. So they pulled me over and gave me a ticket every chance they got. You know what I'm saying? So eventually they stacked up and they multiplied so much, you know what I mean, that I couldn't even afford. You know, I had to get to work. So it was either get to work and take that risk or not. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was homeless before, you know what I mean? And I could have, you know, went and sold drugs and things like that, you know what I mean? But I knew eventually to where I wanted to get, you know what I mean? So it was just a series of events. Started with a hit and run, you know what I'm saying? Somebody hit me from the back or hit my car. And long story short, I couldn't get the inspection updated. So ended up, you know, getting through that situation. Ended up being able to save up $1,000 to get another car at that point. And like I said, I was sleeping in my car at that point. I had got another car, and paid $1,000 for it. Thank God it was reliable. It got me from A to B. You know what I mean? Eventually worked my way up to paying off all my tickets and, you know, being legal again. And you know what I mean? And then I from that point I went to the oil field. And I went in the oil field, like I said, I'm, you know, doing that, but I'm thinking, like, you know what I mean? Because in the oil field, won't nobody hire you if you don't know someone and you don't have experience. You know what I mean? So for years, I was trying to just get in the oil field. I had multiple people tell me, man, hey, man, I can probably get you on the oil field. I can get you on the oil field. What can you get me on? Oh, man, I can't do it. Oh, you got to wait another month. Oh, you can't. You know what I mean? So it was always like that. So I knew it wasn't really going to happen that way. You know what I mean? So then I went to the oil. I ended up looking on Google, and this is when everything started getting better at this very moment. I look on Google and I type in entry level oil field experience work, right? So then it pops up Site Safe in Gainesville, Texas. I was like, man, I'm gonna try it, but I know they ain't gonna hire me, bro. I know they ain't gonna hire me because I don't have any experience. But it does say no experience. So I went out, I applied for the job, and I called a lady, and I'm like, hey, you know, I just applied for the job, with the woo. And she's like, oh, okay, I see, what the woo, you got that? Oh, that looks good, that looks good. Oh, I'll tell you what, can you be here for orientation Monday? I said, okay. Yeah, I could be there for orientation Monday, but like, how does it work? She's like, well, I mean, as far as like with the staying situation, she's like, well, you'll come here, you'll leave your car here, and then you'll go out to West Texas, and they got you guys in man camps. You'll stay out there for 2 weeks, come back for a week, stay out there for 2 weeks, come back for a week. So I'm like, damn, so that means I ain't gotta sit in my car no more, and I can get paid. Alright, yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, let's go ahead, let's get it done. You know what I'm saying? DOT driver was the job title. So then once I got to the oil field, I went there, went to orientation, went to bull. You know, I still remember that the night before I started working in the oil field, I slept in my car for the last time. You know what I mean? And so I slept in my car, woke up, I still remember it. Woke up at like 4 o'clock that morning, drove to Gainesville. It was like a bunch of guys waiting there, 2 vans headed to West Texas. Parked my car there, put everything in there, got to West Texas. As soon as I got to West Texas, they sent us right on the job. All right, man, you guys go suit up, get your H2S, you know what I mean, and all that good stuff. So I knew it was official. I was like, all right, man, I'm about to get paid finally, man. Woo! So then I ended up staying. They said you was only supposed to stay for 2 weeks, and within a few days, I'm like, man, like they don't know I'm homeless, but I wonder if I can live out here. Like if I could just stay and just, you know what I'm saying, stay until I don't have to be homeless anymore. You know what I mean? So then I showed them what I could do, first of all, and then afterwards they were like, I showed them, you know what I mean? I asked them, you know, hey, you know, asking the crew leads, hey man, you think he'll let me stay out here like a few extra weeks or something like that? And he was like, I don't know, let me talk to him and then see what he says. And then the guy comes up to him and you know, I ask him later on. He's like the head guy, Corey, shout out fucking freaking Corey, man. Thank you, Corey. Shout out Corey, man. Corey, I was like, man, hey Corey, man, you think I'll be able to stay out here for, you know, like make it like an extra week or two? And he's like, you know, let me talk to the owner and then let me see what he says. All right. I think what he really was wanting to do is talk to the guys and see how I was working. I remember the moment he came in there, we was in there playing the game in the living room. He's like, he checked the time slots and stuff like that, what the hours of people working. And I'm like, and he like looks at me, he's like, James, he's like, how long do you plan on staying? I was like, man, I don't know. I just want to, you know, stay out here and just keep making money. He's like, all right, you can stay. And I was like, yes, man, I stayed out there for 3 months straight, 3-4 months straight. I'm like, man, when I go back home, I'm balling out. You feel me? I ain't going back to being homeless, bro. Fuck that shit. So then you know what I'm saying, I stayed out there for 4 months straight. You know what I'm saying, 35-hour rig ups, 40-hour rig ups and rig downs, dragging through cold and 100 feet mud, woo, woo, like 100-pound strength, woo, woo, wrapping around the poles, tying it up in the cold, your hands cold, numb and shit, but you gotta keep going, you know what I mean? I knew that was gonna get me to where eventually I wanted to go. Like I said, then you I would have people coming to me like, bro, why are you doing this job? Like, why don't you go get your CDL? I was like, man, shit, because I'm getting paid. They're like, man, y'all doing the job don't want nobody else do. I was like, shit. I wasn't thinking about it like that way at the time. I was thinking about it more of, shit, this is going to get me to the point where I ain't got to be homeless no more. And I'm going to live good and have money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So I had, you know what I'm saying? I was already rent-free at that point. But then, so I ended up staying out there for 4 months that time. When I went home, you know what I'm saying, when I went home, you know what I'm saying, entered the life of nice rental cars, money in my pocket, went shopping and all that stuff, still had plenty of money, spurged for a week, you know what I'm saying. Now, you know what I'm saying, I always had company, you know what I'm saying, when I wanted it, but I never wanted anybody to know I was homeless, sleeping in my car, you know what I mean. So I would just always pop up and disappear type situations, you know. And so then I went back, and then I went back for 2 weeks or like a month or something like that. Then I went back for a week, and I think the time I went back the second time, COVID had hit. I remember like being at the man camp, and everybody got the flu out there. Like it was the first time I had never had the flu in my entire life, man. I got the flu, and I'm sitting there. I wasn't comfortable in my bed, so I just went and slept on the couch in the living room, and I'm just like in there aching, like motherfuckers hurting, like god damn. And then like I remember Corey walks in there with like all type of like spraying, like he was like the mom / dad at the camp, you know what I mean? Like he's taking care of everything. So then he's like, man, James, why you ain't on the couch? He's like, go in your room. I was like, man, that's the only place I feel comfortable. Like, and then he was like, all right. Well, then after that, like, I found out like 3, 4, 5 other people in the camp had the flu as well. They had just went to the doctor. So then, like, I basically slept that whole weekend, at camp. Went home, you know. Then that's when everybody started talking about, oh, COVID this, COVID that. And then so like then basically, long story short, I think we went back out there for one more rotation, and then we stayed out there for a day, and they were like, yeah, we gotta send everybody home, you know what I'm saying, because of the COVID and all this good stuff. So it wasn't crossing my mind that I was gonna get laid off at that point, but I was, you know what I'm saying, it was more of just like like, damn, all right, well, shit, you know what I mean? So I'm like, are we gonna get paid for going home? I already had money saved up at that point, because at this point I learned the life lesson: save your money for rainy freaking days, bro. So you know what I mean? Ever since then, I just knew, like, if I don't got this much amount in my bank account, I ain't buying shit. You feel me? Like, for real. If I can't support myself for a year financially, I am not buying shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If shit go where it went left. So then, as soon as we got home, we went back home. You know what I'm saying? We chilling in the hotel room or whatever, and then you know, we get the call like, hey guys, you know, like, we're laying everybody off, like, because of COVID. Like, that the whole pretty much the whole oil field had shut down at that point. Anyway, so they laid us off, and then, you know what I'm saying, then after that I went into trucking. You know, I went to start working for Stevens, and then, you know, after Stevens, now I'm here, you know what I'm saying? So ever since then, bro, like, I think this was, what are we in, 22 right now, so that would have been, it started in, I want to say, when did it start though? October of 2020. Yeah, because it was October of 2020, and I stayed there. Yeah, so October 2020 was the last time I was ever homeless, man. So, and I mean, like I said, bro, like I would get hotel rooms here and there, shower at truck stops and stuff like that, but you know, I was working at Labor Works, man. That was the only thing. I just knew if I could just get everything clean and myself clear in the clear, that I can go make some real money. So it was just the point of getting to that point, you know what I mean? But like I say, man, like, you know what I'm saying, that's why I learned save for a rainy day and rainy months. Save for a rainy year. For real. Or years. Like, if you get to work at Prime Inc., you should be able to save for rainy years, you know what I mean? So, and that's what I see at this point, man. So, I mean, it's awesome. I'm grateful. I'm freaking making a lot of money. You know, I came up, I remember days I was homeless, you know what I mean? Go work all day for $8, $9, $10 an hour, shoveling concrete, lifting concrete slabs, picking up slabs, throwing them in a wheelbarrow, we're dumping them in the pile, doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I started from the bottomest of the bottom that you can start. You know what I'm saying? And I'm working my way to the top. You know what I mean? So, and now I'm making strides instead of just baby steps. You know what I mean? So it feels pretty good, man. I ain't gonna lie. But shit, yeah, man. Anyway, yep. So I'm still here. I'm about to get loaded. I should be getting loaded here shortly, and then I'm going to head to Ohio, and then hopefully I can head back south after that, man. Cause I want to get back to the warmer weather, at least not even warmer weather. At least where the roads aren't iced. If the roads aren't iced, then I can still deal with that. I mean, either way, you're gonna have to do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But just make smart business decisions, pretty much. But yeah, man, so that's my little story, man, how this stuff worked out for me. So if you are homeless, man, you can make it out, man. I did it. I'm living proof. Like, you can do it, man. Like, and I know if I wouldn't have received all those tickets and stuff, I would have had money to pay rent, you know, things like that. I wouldn't have went homeless, you know what I mean? But it was just, you know what I'm saying, it's just some situations you can't control, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it sucked, bro. I don't even like thinking about it, you know what I mean? But like, it happened, bro. So once I really get to where I really want to be, which right now I'm in a good spot, you know what I mean? But once I really get to where I really want to be, like, it's gonna be even better, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like just think about, like, damn, bro, remember those days you sleeping in the car, like, you go to work, you know what I'm saying, go shower at the truck stop, you know what I mean, and sleep in the car, and it's nice and it was cold, nice in the summer when it was hot, when you just wanted to let the wind down, you know what I'm saying, let the windows, sleep with the windows down, you know what I'm saying, like, sleeping in the hood in the back of apartments, sleeping at truck stops, you know what I mean, stuff like that. Usually I would have to sleep in the hood, because in the hood is the only place where cops won't come knock on your window in the middle of the night, you know what I'm saying? But if you sleeping in a middle class or a nice area, oh yeah, they knocking on your window, bro. Like, what are you doing? So why are you sleeping? You can't, it's illegal to sleep in your car in Dallas, don't you know that? You know what I'm saying? So for real though, I had that shit happen to me plenty of times. Waking up to lights in my face, like, damn, bro, like, I gotta work in a few hours, man. Damn, man, don't you know you got warrants for inspection sticker tickets? You gotta come with us. You gonna take me? I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, bro. It's cold, man. But unless you know, man, once you get in that position, bro, dot your I's and cross your T's, bro, because period. So yeah, no cap, brother, man. But yeah, man, if I made it, thought you can do it, man. You could do it, man. If I made it, you can do it, man. For real. So, man, that's my little story, man. But you know what I'm saying? We back out here. We back on the road. Back on the road, and we grinding, man. Alrighty, man. Y'all take it easy, man.